Hi, it's Julie. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Have I got a fantastic, life-changing podcast for you? Today I'm going to be talking about the subject of don't quit, but go forward every single day. Wow, this is so packed full of great information and encouragement. I think you're going to love it. Please do subscribe while you're here and share this podcast with your friends and family. Let everybody know we're here. We appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy this. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby, giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
Welcome to the Julie Tussey Show. I am so glad to be here with you today. We have a fantastic situation in the studio. We are in Tussey Music and Entertainment Studios today, and we are simulcasting. So as you're listening to this podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and just about everywhere you can get a podcast to listen to, thank you, Jesus. We're in the studio and we're doing simulcasting. So we are recording a video at the same time for YouTube and all of our marketing needs. And we're also doing a Facebook Live. So hi, everybody on Facebook. Those of you on Facebook, you can see I just took my bracelets off because they're rattling, but they were so cute. Anyway, so, you know, they get to see everything. And if you want to watch that, all you've got to do is go to facebook.com/Julie Tussey 23 and ask me to be your friend. Or you can see the replays on the Julie Tussey Show on Facebook. So there you go. All right. We're going to talk about some great things. I have a lot to give you, a lot of information to give you. First off, I did want to tell you that my hair is a hot mess today. We all know I have a big old blonde hair. That's why they call me the big blonde baby. I got all this big blonde hair. So if you're watching on video and you're watching on Facebook, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just really hard to get it to do what I want it to do. But have you ever had a hot mess day with your hair? I'm telling you, it's just a hot mess today. And you know what I'm learning? I'm learning after being 30 so long just to embrace whatever it is that life brings your way. That's right. So here you go. But hopefully it won't hinder the greatness of this podcast. This is a podcast where I am on a mission. I am on a mission to encourage your life and help you live a better life. Matter of fact, I wrote something in my book. Let me find it because I want to read it to you. I'm on a mission to inspire and fire you up to never quit, to live your dreams, and to enjoy your life to the maximum. Isn't that great? Isn't that what you want? Me too. I always want to give thanks, just like Gary does on his stuff that he does. I want to give thanks and give a shout out to those in the community that have affected my life. And sometimes it's going to be people that are not in our community, because I am having the most awesome time with friends all over the country and the world right now, reconnecting and getting my life to a better place for me personally, where I'm doing things that I've wanted to do and used to do a lot and wanted to do more. So it's, oh my gosh, it's been awesome. But today I want to give a shout out to the owner of Hoof and Paw Pet Supplies here in Richmond, Kentucky. And I know that sounds funny because you all know that I don't have pets, but I have 6 children. I have raised 6 children and I have 8 grandchildren. And in my personal opinion, that is enough animals. Okay. That is a lot of training and discipline going on. And you know, pets are training and discipline, but so many people love them. And this is such a cool business right here. I just wanted to say thank you for serving our community. They have all kinds of unique pet supplies. My daughter has pets, and her oldest dog, Ace, I call him a cow dog because I call him a deer cow, a cow deer, something. He looks like a deer. He's got all these skinny long legs and he looks like a little teeny tiny baby deer, but he's his coloring is like a cow. He's black and white like a cow, and he literally looks like a cow. I grew up with cows. I know what I'm talking about. So, but he's got special dietary needs, and that poor thing, I'm telling you, he's got to have this special food. Well, they actually carry it right here in Richmond. So if you have a pet and you want to get it some really cool treats or some great food, anything you could dream, I think, is in there. So shout out to them, Hoof and Paw Pet Supplies. We appreciate you. Want to thank all of our sponsors, too, for the Julie Tussey Show. Got a couple things coming up. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this. My friend Robert Hopkins is an evangelist, and we used to do ministry together years and years ago. He and I are getting together here July 2019 on the 19th, 20th, and 21st, and there are going to be 3 meetings at 7 o'clock at night, every night. And we are going to have music, and we are going to have preaching, and we are going to have a time. So do definitely come out. It's going to be so much fun. We are very, very excited about that meeting. So I think I wrote something about that too. It's at the Central Bank in Richmond, Kentucky. If you have to drive, if you have to fly, or if you have to come in your limo and have your chauffeur bring you, do it, because you're going to really, really enjoy it. We're adding sponsors to the Julie Tussey Show. So if you're listening nationally or internationally and you would like to become an underwriter for the Julie Tussey Show, we have a very large audience for your fantastic services and products. Just reach out to me at thejulietusseyshow at gmail.com. Don't forget, we have a Cinco de Mayo episode out right now of the Fabulous Cooking Show. And you can go and see that, you guys, at youtube.com/TME TV, or just go to YouTube and search Fabulous Cooking Julie Tussey, and you will find me. So much fun. We're adding sponsors there too. We got some great sponsors. Kalisa is one of them. And we are going and growing right here. The Julie Tussey Show is going and growing, and I do believe that it's because we are all about giving you some positivity in your life, right? So today I wanted to talk about a subject called going forward every day. Can we talk a minute, you guys? Can we talk? Okay, life is real. You know, there's so much going on in life right now that it can be overwhelming. Life can be really, really tough. Just for example, I went to Michigan. I went home. I took my little Italian mama with me. She's going to be 76 this year, and she's going to kill me if she finds out I told her age, so don't anybody tell her. You're going to get in trouble. But I took my mom to Michigan, excuse me, and we actually had the most horrific trip. And I'm thanking God right now we weren't in an accident, so don't think that. But it usually takes, 7 hours if I speed a little, 8 hours to go to Michigan, sometimes from where I live to my hometown. And sometimes I can do the trip pretty quickly because there's no traffic. Well, we left about 9 o'clock. I got in my car. I went to start my car in my fob, my brand new car, and my fob says no fob in the car. The computer comes on and says there's no fob. Well, I had locked my car, lock it every night, and I had locked my car one night, and my car was robbed that same night. So this was a couple weeks ago, and I think these people come through our neighborhood and just check every car. Lights are on, cameras can be on. They don't care. They go through, they open the trunk, they steal everything they can steal, and then they leave your car. So that had happened, and I thought, man, I thought that I locked that car. I thought I locked that car. Well, I get in to go on this trip, right? We're days packing, and you know what all it takes to go. So we're packing, and everything's all loaded up. We're ready to go. We're ready to hit the road right on time, right? Right on time. So we missed the Cincinnati traffic. We missed the Dayton traffic. We missed the Toledo traffic, and hopefully we get through Flint, Michigan, and miss that too. So my car says no fob in the car. Then it realized there was a fob in the car, and I thought, you know what? Do you know what's going to happen to me? If I don't go to the Toyota dealer right now and get a battery, which I thought would be like $20 to $50 to get them to fix this, probably have to wait for an hour. So I'd been putting it off. I said, that's why my car got broken into, I think, because my battery must be going low in this fob. And when the car can't detect it and it's brand new, now in my Cadillac that was older, that would happen, and I didn't even think anything about it. So I took off. We went to the Toyota dealer, $4.99, and they fixed it for free. I was like, thank you so much. I was so grateful for that. But that's how the trip started, okay? So we get in the car. And you guys, I am so tired all the time because I'm not sleeping all night. Can I get a witness in the house for all the women who are over 30 for quite a while? Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. Hormones. Hot flashes, all that's happening. So I'm not rested. I'm not really rested. And I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, you're going to have to help me get through this 7-hour drive, right? And like 7 hours is like the epitome of all the pressure that I could possibly take in one day. Maybe 7.5 hours. Could I make it? Could I make it and go through? So I started driving, and I am not kidding you when I tell you that all we had to do was get to northern Kentucky, and we were in a traffic jam for over an hour. So I'm like, oh gosh, no. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. No, please don't start like this. It's got to get better than this. So I'm like, all right, okay, I made it through that. That added an hour to our trip. Then we get to Dayton in Cincinnati, all the way through Cincinnati, traffic jam. Barely get going again, hit Dayton, another over 1 hour traffic jam. Happened to every major city. Every major city. So we get through Toledo. So we're like 3 to 4 hours behind our trip. Okay, so after driving 10 hours, we hit Ann Arbor, Michigan. Another traffic jam. And I said, Mom, I can't do this. I pulled off as soon as I could get to an exit. I pulled off and we went and sat in a restaurant for an hour and a half. So then I get back on the road. Long story short, we stopped in Midland to get some groceries and things and went on up to Coleman, where I'm from. 13 hours of driving. You guys, I thought I was going to cry. Now, maybe you're not like me, but I can so relate this story to the stress of life because I detest, abhor traffic jams. I can't. If I'm driving, I hate them when I'm not driving, but if I am driving, I am so bored out of my skull, and I could just be so busy creating shows, writing songs, reading a book, sleeping. I could be doing all these things. And so I was so mentally and physically exhausted. It beat me up. I mean, I'm not even a complainer, but every one of my kids would call and say, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I hate this. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And that's so not like me. And so it was just horrible. So it did make me think about this. I wanted to use that as an example to talk to you today about that life can be tough. Life can be tough. It can be. We can have setbacks. We can have personal relationship issues. We can be in love with people that don't support us. We can be best friends with people that won't support our dreams. We can have relationships at work where they won't support you. There's so many personal things like that can happen. But you've got to get to a point where you're going to go forward with or without those people. Okay, you're going to go forward with or without those people. And you're going to stay on that highway of life, wink, wink. And you are going to continue to go forward if it takes, instead of 7 hours, 27 hours. Like, you cannot quit. You just cannot quit. And so many people tell me, and it always shocks me, but they say, Julie, you are such a tenacious person. Like, you never let anything stop you, and you always have a smile. And I was literally talking to somebody this morning that said, they were telling me that you just never quit. You never quit. And if there's a closed door or you hit a wall or something's in the way, you find a way. You will find a way to accomplish what you feel you feel like in your heart that you have to accomplish. And I said, well, isn't everybody like that? I mean, just what else are you going to do? Lay down and die? And I mean, I just have this never, ever, ever quit thing. So I want to read this to you. I am writing a book. And I think it's going to be geared towards losing weight through perimenopause and menopause. but even broader than that, where it's just like an encouragement about never quitting. And so I wanted to read this to you in relation to this topic that we're talking about. And this is the intro. Don't ever, 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 ever quit. Not ever. Don't even think about it. Don't ponder it. Don't consider it. It's not even an option. It's not a possibility, not even a little bit. If I'd given in to the temptation to quote unquote quit over my years, you'll have to buy the book to find out how old I am. I thoroughly believe my life would be a lot different and a lot worse in many areas, but especially when it comes to my health and my weight. And you all know that on this show, we talk about women's health and weight because weight is related to health, and we're always trying to look good, and it deals with our self-esteem. You know, there's so much about it. Just go back through the former podcast. You'll find all kinds of information. I cannot tell you how large and unhealthy I would be right now. I'd be a 2-ton Tussey, wink, wink. I know this to be true, and I believe it with all my heart, that what I am telling you right now is the truth. You see, I am one of those women, and then I go on to talk about my family and how they have weight loss problems. But I could have said, I thoroughly believe my life would be a lot different and a lot worse in many areas, but especially when it comes to fulfilling the call on my life, following the dreams in my life, following the path that I feel. You know, it would be that way. If I were a quitter, I would never have accomplished 7 albums. I never would have accomplished 25 or more music videos. I never would have accomplished 200 episodes of a Christian television program. I never would have accomplished doing a podcast for women. I never would have accomplished traveling all over the country in ministry. I never would have accomplished the fabulous cooking show if I were a quitter. And I'm here today to tell you that if you will just stand, it's so funny. I truly believe this, and I might be wrong, but I truly believe that those who stand the longest and don't quit, they are the ones that win, sometimes simply by the process of elimination. You know, you might be in a sales group, and you can never be the best salesman because Joe Smo is the biggest sales guy. And then something happens and Joe quits, and guess what? You become the number one. So that's what I'm talking about for elimination. But he who stands last wins. He who stands last wins. So you can never, ever, ever quit. Life is going to throw you opposition. That's it. Life is tough, okay? We got to pull up our big girl panties, and we got to face it. Life is hard and life is tough. And we got to instill this in our children. There's so many young kids coming up today. I'm so concerned about them because they don't realize life is tough and it's okay. Life is tough. Life is tough. It's okay.
Hi, this is Marilyn. I'd love for you to go and subscribe to the Julie Tussey Show Fabulous Cooking on YouTube.com/C/TME-TV.
If you're in the central Kentucky area and you need excavation, we are your company. That's right. Tussey Excavation is here. We are certified. We can dig out anything that you need dug out. We can put it back too. It's an amazing, amazing company. We are here for you. Give us a call, 859-489-6159. That's Tussey Excavation. Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. And now, back to the Julie Tussey Show. But because life is tough, we have to be tougher. And that means that you got to, and I've been spending weeks sharing about this. And so you can tell I'm on my soapbox right now. But I've been spending weeks sharing about this, that we've got to find out what it is that's inside of us. What it is that it is our gifting, and find our strength. To become happy, we have to fulfill it. We have to feel fulfilled by doing what we were created to do and being what we were created to be. So we talk about all this. Well, once you know, take the time. You don't choose your gifts. You discover them. Once you discover your gifts, you'll find your strength, and then you'll find your vision, and you'll find your dream. You'll find out what your dream is. And once you know that, when you know either you have a word from heaven or you just have a conviction in your heart heart, or you just know that you're supposed to do something, you cannot stop. You cannot stop and find joy. You cannot stop and find fulfillment. You cannot stop. And thank you. I'm getting all kinds of love on Facebook. Thank you. You can't give it up no matter how hard it is. If you are breathing, if you are having a heartbeat, if you are alive, you are here for a purpose. You are here for a destiny. There is something you have to contribute to humanity, and you cannot stop. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your hurt feelings. It's bigger than your broken heart. It's bigger than that divorce that's going to happen. It's bigger than that friend you're going to lose. It's bigger than anything. It's bigger than anything that you don't quit, Do you know how many times I wanted to quit? And if I look at my life is an accumulation of a lot of things that I've done over a lot of years. But if I would have just given up right in the beginning, who knows what my life would have been? And the same can be said for you. The same can be said for your life. I mean, look back at your choices. You can go right back to, okay, I made this choice and I quit here. And ever since I quit, things haven't been right for me. Ever since I quit, this has happened, that's happened, this is, and it goes on and on and on. So I want to encourage you today. Don't quit. If it means people that are not an encouragement in a support in your life are no longer a big part of your life, so be it. If it means that you go out with bloody hands and bloody feet because you've worked yourself to the bone, and you go one more day to that business and you build that business and you build that business and you build that business, do it. If it means that you are heartbroken because your marriage could not survive the things that you feel like you're called to do, or whatever, do it. Do it brokenhearted. Do it afraid. Do it no matter what it takes. When you know you are convicted in your heart, and you know what your life is supposed to be, and you know you want a better life, and you know that these things are part of you, and that you have this dream, don't give up on your dream. Don't quit. I said it right here. And I end it in the intro to my book. Don't ever, 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 ever quit. Not ever. Don't even think about it. Don't ponder it. Don't think about it. Don't be tempted by it. Don't consider it. It's not even an option. It's not a possibility. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. You cannot consider quitting. You know why? Because you are valuable. You are important. You are precious. You are the center of someone's world. Someone's watching you. Someone's looking up to you, and they want to see you succeed. They want to see you succeed. They want to, because if you can do it, they can do it. If you can do it, they can do it. But more than that, you need to do it for yourself, because you are valuable. You have a place. You have gifts. There's things inside of you that you are gifted with by God Himself. You have a gift in you, and we need it. I don't care if it's supplying tennis shoes to us. If your dream is to have the biggest tennis shoe emporium in the city that you live in, thank you. Man, I am getting love. Thank you. And if that's your dream, we need your tennis shoes. If your dream is to become a singer and a recording artist, then honey, do everything you can, but make sure that's your gift. And that's something you got to know. You got to know that you are strong in that area. I cannot build a house. Now, I'm smart enough to hire someone who could build a house. So I would know that if I wanted to build houses, I'm not going to physically go do it. I'm going to find a way for that dream to build houses to come to pass in me. Is the same with a singer. If you can't sing a lick and can't sing your way out of a paper bag, then honey, you need to revisit the gifts. You need to revisit the gift. But you have a gift inside of you. It's buried deep inside of you. And you can, I'm going to teach on this in the next podcast. I'm going to share about it. There are steps to find out what your dream is. But once you know what your gifts are, and once you know your gifts, you'll realize that those gifts are what make you joyful. Like what if you had a whole day off? What would you do? What is the thing that consumes your time that you would forget to eat? You would forget the time went by because you enjoy doing it so much. It's probably related to your gift, okay? Well, I wanted to talk to you about that. So it don't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter if people support you or not. You can do this thing. You do not need other people to do it. And when you do need other people, because it's so large, they will come. Wow. I mean, if you guys on the podcast could see the likes and hearts coming on, I'm telling you, this is such a good subject, because we so devalue ourselves, you guys. We so devalue ourselves because of other people's judgment or what other people think we should do, when we just need to shut it all out, get quiet, get a notebook, pray, meditate, whatever it is you do, and get direction and find out what's inside your heart, what's in your heart for you. Because, I say it at the end of the podcast every time, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest. Are you fulfilled? Are you fulfilled? Are you doing what makes you happy? If you're not, you can make choices. You can make choices. My exit. That's my outro, because I'm windy today. But you can make choices, and you can change your own life. You have the power to change your own life. Don't work a 7 to 3, an 8 to 4, a 9 to 5 job and be unhappy for 50 years. Don't do that. Work your job, make your pay, but dream and begin to take steps to make things happen that will change your life. That'll make it so you're doing what you love every day. God will make a way for you. He will make a way for you. It doesn't matter about financial problems, health problems, bills, whatever. I'm telling you, put all that aside, trust God, and go forward. You got to go forward every day. I'm telling you, if you're fighting depression, get up and get in the shower and go forward every day. If you need medicine, take it. If you don't. But do what you got to do to be the best that you can be. Whatever it may be, you have to purpose to go forward every single day. And I'm here. I want to be your cheerleader. I'm on a mission, you guys. I am on a mission. I know that my gift in life, one of my gifts in life, thank you, God, I have a few, is to encourage. I'm sure you have a few too, but my gift right now is to encourage you. And that's what this podcast is all about. That's why I'm sitting in front of these cameras. That's why I'm doing Facebook Live. That's why I'm coming on with Hot Mess Hair Day. Because my hair doesn't affect whether you hear what's being said. You are not watching by accident. You are not listening by accident. I pray that every person that needs to see and hear this, they do, and it changes their life. I want your life to be everything you ever hoped and dreamed. And I want that because God wants that for you. That's all there is to it. He loves you, and I love you. I hope this podcast was a blessing to you today. Please share it with your friends and family. Go find us on Facebook. Go find us on YouTube. Go find us on thejulietusseyshow.com. Do sponsor. Be a contributor. We're a nonprofit organization. We can talk about that. Just do what you can do to help us if you feel like you should and you want to be part of what we're doing. I don't want to be an island. I want to be partners. I want to have partners in my life and people that I'm helping and they're helping me, that we reach other people with this really good news. That's what I want to do. This is Julie Tussey telling you, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest. Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. Ladies, if you want to shop some amazing, amazing products, go and visit my website. Go to thejulietusseyshow.com/shop. That's right. I said that magic word. You're going to find some amazing and beautiful products there. We have new earrings for spring that are just light and gorgeous. Body bars that we have hand designed, that we literally chose the fragrances and essential oils for. A new product line coming out, kicking it off with some great CBD oil from Z-Lease. A great new product line we'll be bringing and introducing to you very soon in a full podcast. You're just going to find amazing things there. You can also reach out to me there. Listen to the podcast, check out previous podcasters and people that have been on the show. So go give it a try. Go give it a look. thejulietusseyshow.com. Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original Suburban Bombshell.
If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.